I just got out of a job interview and figured since I was driving home, let's stop at Target and see what they got. Cheap shot. It's Captain Marvel, though. Iron Man, Spider Gwen. Not much else, though. Ah, yes, 'tis raining again. Right after I left my job interview today and stopped at Target, then weather went really far south, like quick. And by that I mean it just became really, really, really dicey out. So I just hit those two shops. I hit our local Walmart because I thought that Tuesday is their re-up day. There wasn't anything in mainline at all at that Wally. There was no mainline at Target, and that was our downtown Target. So that was like in Salem proper. The other Target is several miles up the highway. It's more in a township called Kaiser. Anyway, there's nothing out there. I will continue like a fool. I will continue to check, but there's just nothing going on. In terms of diecast, it was kind of really cool to see that Black Lantern today from Darkest Night. That is it's one of those McFarlane mega figures, which come with a mega price tag on them, so I don't have any mega interest in them. But that one, I'll tell you what, that would make a really cool custom Eddie from an Iron Maiden cover. The face is perfect. It's almost, I feel like they stole it. Anyway, I did want to kind of show you some of the things that I've been obsessively picking up over at Radar Toys. Radar is at 1440 Lancaster Drive Northeast here in Salem, Oregon, and they also have a presence in Eugene. But anyway, I went over today and interviewed for a gig. We'll see. Whether or not I get and accept the job or whatever, it doesn't change how I feel about the place. I love all you folks. Thank you, Radar, for keeping my sanity, for one thing, through this toy drought that all of our main stores are having. the the figure that I am looking for, and I've been meaning to talk about this, um, is this one right here. I really want to pick up the Spider Punk. I do. Um, I have it, obviously. I have it on my uh, Amazon account, but I'm hoping to see it in the wild first. It's not a line that they sell out of, but it might be a figure that's popular enough that it would disappear on me. I don't know. So I have it as a backup on my Amazon, but I do want to score the Spider Punk. Why not, right? Um, Maybe get him a better guitar. There are better little Les Pauls and stuff. Why would you make a guitar and then make it all red like that? Silly, toyish. Back to comic books here for a minute. And if you're not into comic books, I apologize, but I am. So I've been picking up books from the 80s and 90s. I graduated high school in the 80s. And so I have been picking up books that came out sort of shortly thereafter because I sort of lost touch with comic books around this time. This is where I started venturing out and lying about my age in order to work in clubs as a sound engineer. Um, and due to the statute of limitations, I can now talk about that. Yeah, I started working well before the legal age where I was supposed to be in bars. But Alpha Flight is one of those that I am collecting. Alpha Flight is sort of the Canadian, I don't want to say Canadian Avengers. I want to say almost more like the Canadian Defenders, in that it's a real motley assortment. If you thought the X-Men was a bunch of weird pegs and cogs trying to fit together, Alpha Flight is beyond. And one of the reasons why I've been reading Alpha Flight is because back in the day, I lost touch with the comic book thing just about the time where Alpha Flight really sort of started dawning. And so I never really paid attention to the characters. It wasn't something that I was invested in. And now it's just interesting to read something that is of the Marvel pantheon and all of that, that is true canon, but they're all stories and characters I've never heard of before. So that actually makes it interesting now. I would not have gotten into Alpha Flight as a younger comic book fan, but I do now. And another one that I've been picking up over there at Radar and other places are the West Coast issues of the West Coast Avengers, which was started and ran for a little while and then failed out in a timely fashion. Sort of bid to make a bi-coastal assignment of superheroes because everybody seemed to be in New York City. But it does feature some artists and some looks and designs. Like this is the Silver Centurion version of Iron Man. It features some of those designs which they don't do anymore. And then another one that I've been picking up just because it's kind of interesting is Avengers Unplugged. Also, again, from the 90s. And these books are going for about $1 or $2 in some cases, the ones that I'm picking up right now. I am always interested in weird Avengers stories and odd conglomerations of characters, and the 90s was very weird. Very weird indeed. So there's those mainstream books. That's all Marvel stuff, actually. Picked up all Marvel. And then I am in the midst of picking these up, which is Vampirella versus Red Sonja. And this is an indie. But again, a fantastic book. And so I've been watching that one. I do not have that subscribed on my list at the store yet, but Michaela talked me into reading this one, and now I'm invested. Yes, those people at Radar Toys, they take real good care of my wallet. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to go over a couple of those books there. I'm going to pull a few more to talk about tomorrow. Some older stuff that I haven't just picked up, stuff that's been in my boxes for a little while. A little bit like Nazar's showing of some of the books that he's still holding on to. If you've not seen that episode of Nostalgic, I highly recommend it. He has some really interesting books that he has held on to since he came to the lovely teeming shores of America. And so it's an interesting perspective on comic books. I like to see different people's collections. It's fun. Hopefully it's fun for you. Seeing mine. I don't know. And also we're going to get back into talking about some movies pretty soon here too, because I've seen a few, but I have not sat down to record the reviews yet. I need to. So I will see you all tomorrow. I'll see you all tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have some interesting new stock somewhere to show you, but in the event that I don't, I'm going to come up with a different topic. So stop by, find out what it is. Thank you very much for coming by Monkey Shine Lab. And we know that there's a lot of content out there that's a lot like ours. So we really appreciate that you spent some time with us. Thank you very much. If you would like to subscribe, we would appreciate it. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
You people.